Hi, my name is Jan Beasley. Welcome to my little studio here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Arteza. They're a wonderful company, and they sent me several things in the mail to try out. We give, or I should say, I give free classes for children, and the studio that I'm associated with, we give free classes for seniors and children also. And this paper and the things that they sent me are going to be going for them to use. And but I wanted to say a thank you, a shout out to them. The paper is 140-pound weight, and you get 32 sheets. When you buy them, you receive 2 packs of them. They're really wonderful. I've been testing them out, and what I do when I start on my piece is I tear it out, flip it over, and you can't see it right now, but this paper back here, I've got it so it won't bleed through. And I'll show you a piece that I finished, and this is why you put a sheet back here. You put just a sheet of paper back here so it won't bleed through to your next pad or watercolor. You need to make sure you do that, a large enough piece to where it covers it and it won't bleed through. And it doesn't have to be fancy, just something that you can tape. And I always tape mine down, but this is the smooth side. It's not the rough. This is the rough texture, and all I do is I tear it out and I flip it over, and then I tape it down. And that way it's smoother when you're doing pencil and some of the methods like that. You need to have smooth paper and not a textured paper. If you like to do watercolor, then you could take this rough side, and a lot of people like the texture on this. But this is the smooth side, and I've just been working on this. I can show you some of my methods that I use and I teach the children. I won't explain each time why I hold my pencil this way, but if you have arthritis or you've been in an accident and you have problems with your hands, I advise you not to hold your pencil like this the whole time, to hold it like this, and that way you can hold your fingers down and move around like this, and it's not so rough on your hand. A lot of the seniors, they have arthritis, and you know, when you get older, it's just part of life. But it's a lot easier to. It's not so hard on your hand when you do it this way. But I just go in, and I'm not real. After I get the major sketch down, I just want to get color in, and I'm not real if it's like this turtle right here, you want to, I like for mine, these two especially, to look kind of like watercolor, but I'm using polychromos pencils, and I also use Arteza's 72 pencils that they sent me too, but those are for my classes. The kids really enjoyed using them. I had a class with some, and they really liked them. They were very happy, and to know that they're light fast, so that was a good thing. But I'm just putting in color here, and I don't know how far we'll get with it, but you can see how much the color comes, or I hope you can see how much the color comes in on it. Yeah, that way you're using the whole lid too, the whole side of the pencil, but you have to keep turning it. To be able to keep the pencil where you're using all the lid up. I just kind of roll it with my fingers a little bit, but it's just so much easier to do it this way. And if you want a darker area, you can take your index finger and kind of mash down a little bit, and it really does help. I'm trying to really make sure that I use my hand this way, because it saves me from being in pain. And what I do to when I'm teaching class, I use these colorless alcohol markers. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but they're colorless. There's no color whatsoever. It's just alcohol. And it will, I'm not going to do it right now, but it will just move that, make it like paint. It's really wonderful. And it's so easy. You can take it with you. I actually keep mine in my glass case, and I keep a watercolor water brush and a ruler and a pencil and pen, and I keep them in my glass case, and that way I always have it. I don't have to be concerned, well, did I leave it or did I forget it? I'll have it. And this is going to take a little while. If you want to speed up the video, please feel free to do so. But you can see how good this color just lays down. On this paper. The paper works great this way. I love it this way. I mean, I've seen people do the colored pencils on the rough texture, but I don't want to fight it. I'd rather just turn it over and use the smooth. And it works really well. But if you're going to use any type of alcohol markers, please make sure you put a paper behind it. That's very important, because you'll ruin your next sheet of paper. You don't want to do that. Let's see, what am I looking for? Pink. I'm gonna a pinkish color. This takes some time to get it. I tried to get it as far as I could. That way we could kindly work together. But the paper is just really nice. I'm very happy with it. I think that, well, I know the kids are going to be happy with it, and I feel like the seniors, and you can always cut it in half if you want to use it for a class, and cut it in half, and it'll go a lot further. I would appreciate it if you would like my page, my video, like it, and prescribe. Most of my work is free. I enjoy giving classes in both senior and the children. And you have to be a little bit careful in here because you don't want to go outside of his face here. And you want to kind of give him, like, they have wrinkles up under their neck and up on top. And I need to make these little round they're not really round, they're kind of odd shaped. But that's when I have to hold the pencil this way. I'll go ahead and do him over here. And I might use, since he is further along, then I would use maybe a darker pencil, maybe even a little bit of gray. Not too much of a gray, but a gray. And I'll come in here and do him, because you want him a little, he's further down away from the light, so you want him to be a little bit darker. Not too much, because you want to be able to see them. They're the focal point in this painting. Can't see their nostrils good. Now, alrighty. I'm going to put some more green in here. And what I can do is darken these up on him. You don't want to make it cartoonish, you know. You want it to go in there, and you want to leave some spaces. You don't want everything, you know, up under his arm. It's just trying to get the color in, and you know, practice. If it don't look great the first time, don't worry about it. It takes practice. I know artists that do unbelievable work. It looks like you're looking at a photo. It's just so beautiful. I want to take and put some blue back here. And I won't be able to finish it on this video, but I wanted to show you this paper and how I prepare a sheet of Arteza's watercolor paper, and just give you an idea of how you can get some color put in, and you go in little circles. And I really use my arm, my whole hand, this part. Don't want to forget about the female, and she's got more light on her, so you want to be careful and not to put too much color into her. You want her to be lighter. You want him to be darker. And I made it like it was a female and male, of course, because here I am talking, her and him. And you just take and highlight a little bit in their face. A little bit darker orange than that. Not too dark. Well, this is a good example of needing to sharpen pencil. I got this. It's they sent it to me free to try out. It's cum, and I found out that this pencil sharpener works great. It's wonderful pencil sharpener, and they're not that expensive. I looked, and they're German made. I don't sharpen mine to a fine point unless I'm doing detail work, and I don't call this detail work. Now, when I'm at home, I use my liquid to smooth these out with, but I'm going to show you in a little bit how to use the colorless alcohol marker on these. You just want a little bit of color on her right in here and through here, but you also trying to find the right pink. I also put a little bit of pink into them around here. See how that makes it pop? That orange and pink together. And I'll also do around, like in their face, right around this cheek. I call it a cheek, right through here. Their mouth is right here. But there'll be a lot of color into these. They're nowhere near being done. This will take a while to get finished up. I was just trying to get enough color on here so I can show you what the colorless blender will do. And you want to put some of this not just in one area. You want to scatter it out over the turtles, the sea turtles. It really looks good when you can skip around and give it just gives it a watery color effect. All right, a little bit more. I see these spots right in through here would be darker. You have to get your value in. Alrighty, now had to get me a drink of water. But this is what it does. It's like magic. It just smooths that color and it kind of moves it, sorry, it moves it around. I'm not going to go everywhere because I want to get some more color in. And when you do this, don't keep working, don't pick your pencil up and go back in this. Let it dry. Let it completely dry. And when you do that, that way you can come back and work it again with some with colored pencil. See, I call it borrowing. You borrow from up here and you bring it down into your painting, and it just really works well. Or I think it does. The seniors were really thrilled to find out this method that I use. Is when you're teaching class, you don't want to have a bunch of liquid sitting around, and it's odorless, but yet, you know, and I try to get the non-toxic, you know, but you wouldn't want children messing with it. This is really a good method for a lot of people that might have a allergy problem, or I don't want to work in there, but I hope you can see this. A lot of times the camera don't show up. I can see things that you don't see on the camera, but I think that's about it for that. Now, my last video, the power went out, and I was working on this pineapple, and what I'm doing is letting people enter to get a free little 5x7 painting. It says, "Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside." And it's free as long as you are in the United States. I've done this one, and if you like my video, and you can put a comment down and message me. I can message you when it's after the drawing, and I'll post to whoever wins. I'll post and let you know. but it's just a 5x7. It's not real big, and you can go on my Facebook page and enter it that way, or you can enter it through the YouTube. But it's just a small thank you for Arteza sending me the 72 pencils, the watercolor paper. They sent me some other things too, so I'm doing that as a thank you for them sending it to me. But it's just a cute little painting, nothing, you know, but I hate the power went out. But if you want to enter it, let me know. You just have to be in the United States. That's it. The more you share the video and like and go to my page, and the more chances you get of winning it. But I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. God bless, and take care. Bye for now.